Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we'll be talking about FN Meka, the first AI rapper. But before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you'd like to further support the channel, you can check out the TrueFit store and see if you find anything you like. At the TrueFit store, we have the TrueFit shirts and hoodies and many different colors, and we also got coffee mugs, phone cases, and a bunch of other stuff. So if you'd like to further support the channel and help with the funding of Truth Records, check out the TrueFit store. The link would be in the description. Now, let's get right into it. Since the beginning of the music business, record labels have created industry plans, artists with personas, music styles, and agendas that were all created by the record company. These artists will be picked up with no fame or direction. The only thing these artists would have is undeniable God-given talent. The labels will build these artists up to make them appear bigger than life, turning them into superstars. These industry plants usually go on to be the biggest artists in the world, selling millions of records, all thanks to the record label. The record label would make sure to create a sellable persona for the artist and also provide the artist with great songs written by the best ghostwriters in the industry. Everything and anything needed for an artist to succeed. Over the years, the labels have only gotten better at making industry plans, especially with all the analytic information available in our current world. Using analytic data, the record labels can find out exactly what interests people and create their artists around that data. All the record labels need to do is find an artist with talent and use their analytic information to turn that artist into a superstar. What if I told you that very soon, the record labels won't even need to find an artist or spend time and resources blowing them up, that they found a new, much more effective way when it comes to making industry plans that would allow them to not only own the music, but own the artist itself. Soon the record labels will not only be creating the persona in the music of these artists, but instead, literally creating the artists themselves. In recent days, the name FN Meka has been in the headlines as he is being called the first ever AI rapper who is signed by a major record label. Even though shortly after FN Meka signed to Capitol Records, he was dropped, the fact that the label was willing to sign him in the first place says a lot of what direction the future of the music industry is going. For those that don't know, FN Meka is a virtual AI rapper who was created by two men, Anthony Materney and Brandon Lee, who are the co-founders of Factory New, a company that calls itself the first of its kind and the next generation music company specializing in virtual beings. Essentially, the Factory New is a company that's going to be creating artificial artists that will go on to be music stars. According to the creators, FN Meka is entirely created using AI, even his lyrics are AI generated. The songs are still sang by a real artist who remains nameless. This is the future of industry plants in the music business, one step closer into the Masonic digital world. If we look at FN Meka on TikTok, you see just how successful Factory New has been with their artificial rapper. On TikTok, FN Meka has a little over 10 million followers. The Factory New has even been getting the AI rapper to collaborate with real artists as they had FN Meka make a song with Gunna. Things were going great for FN Meka's team as just a few days back, it was announced that the virtual AI rapper scored a real-life record deal with Capitol Records, a record label owned by no other than UMG, Universal Music Group. It appeared that FN Meka would be the first of many virtual artists that would sign to a major record label. Unfortunately for FN Meka and his team, shortly after they signed to Capitol Records, their record deal was terminated due to the outrage FN Meka was receiving for its overuse of black stereotypes in its creation. Many people online took to social media to post their outrage over the insensitive creation of the AI rapper. Even though FN Meka was dropped by his record label, the fact that he was signed to begin with lets me know that these record labels are willing and most likely planning on signing more virtual AI rappers. You may be thinking to yourself, well, there can't be no harm in a virtual artist making music. If you think this, sadly, you couldn't be more wrong. You must understand that when these record labels succeed with making a virtual artist into a superstar, everything in the music industry will change forever. Like I said at the beginning of this video, in our current world, analytic data is used to help create industry plans, artists chosen by the labels, but at the end of the day, the artist is still a person and might not agree with everything the label says. But with an AI virtual artist, the label has all the control and can use their data to make their virtual rapper do, say, and act however they want them to, with no limitations. The record label's already forcing these artists into a mold, making them all push the Masonic agenda. Now, with an AI artist, the label would have even more control and manipulation over the fans with no resistance from the artists. The record labels will have the ability to create an artist from scratch, using music consumers' analytic data to essentially create the perfect AI rapper that everybody would love. The lyrics will be generated by AI using buzzwords and popular culture. We just saw a poor example of this with FN Meka, as his creation was too satirical and created pushback from the people it offended. This time, they might have failed, but I can assure you this won't be the last time we hear about an AI artist getting signed to a major label. It's important to note that UMG owns Capitol Records, and UMG is a Masonic company pushing towards the Masonic New World Order. It is no coincidence that Capitol Records would sign FN Meka, as it's a direct push into the digital world. In the last 2 years, we have seen the rise of the digital world, or the Metaverse, as just about every company is talking about their move into the Metaverse. I have said multiple times on this channel, the New World Order will be in the new digital world that is being created by the Masons to further manipulate the masses. Just like we saw in the Matrix movies, they are using technology to enslave our minds, while they use us as the fuel to run their Masonic world. A while back, we spoke about Elon Musk and his brain computer chips that would allow people to connect their minds directly to the Metaverse by implanting these chips in their brain. At the same time, these brain chips will be recording and transferring data back to Elon's company Neuralink. There's a sinister reason they want us in their Metaverse, as it's their world that they created. They have created multiple different ways to draw us into this digital world, like using celebrities and social media, creating hype around their Metaverse. What FN Meka proves is that the record labels can now literally computer generate false idols the masses will worship. When the record labels master this technology, and they eventually will, they will be able to use it to make popular AI artists that they literally control in every way. And by doing this, they can now better manipulate the masses. Not only does this destroy the value of real human artists, but it leaves the masses vulnerable to greedy record companies using this power for evil like we know they're going to. FN Meka should be a wake-up call for many. They should see how fast they're trying to guide us into this new digital world. This time, people were able to see the record label's shady plans before they were able to play them out. Next time, we might not get so lucky, and an AI rapper might actually be on the Billboard charts, taking over the industry. A rapper that's really just a group of people who work at a record label office. Like I always say, we must not allow those in the music industry to manipulate our minds. They're looking for more clever ways to be able to control us. This AI rapper is just their next step. They know that the artists and the music we listen to shape us, so now they want to literally create their own artist out of thin air, an artist that can influence millions of people. If you want my advice, before blindly following celebrities into the Metaverse, take a step back and see it for the trap that it really is. We must remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake, and we must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video. But before you go, I just had a quick announcement. I will be relaunching my podcast with a new permanent co-host. My goal is to have this podcast on YouTube and other streaming sites like Apple Music and Spotify. You guys can still expect the same 3 to 4 videos a week, plus a few podcast episodes a week. I will be releasing the first podcast episode in the coming days, so stay tuned. That's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon, where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like, as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.